Attack on learning institutions. Niger State government announces closure of schools. COP30 ends in Brazil. Global climate agenda sets out $1 trillion investment. The 2025 African Women Congress ends in Ghana, pledges commitments to vulnerable women and children through mentorship. Welcome, and here is the news desk at 6 on NTA News 24, live from Abuja. I am Vivian Ezadifi. The federal government's decision to temporarily halt academic activities in the 41 Unity schools due to insecurity has attracted the attention of some stakeholders at the 2025 Barewa College Annual Lecture held in Abuja. Saliu Abdullahi Gwanara reports that they identify poverty, unemployment and ignorance as what is driving many to indulge in criminality, undermining federal government's sustained effort in secondary education.
It is on record that Barewa College has produced 5 heads of Nigerian government and 29 state governors amongst other top leadership positions across the country. In keeping the leadership spirit alive, old boys of the college have converged on Abuja to share ideas on more innovative ways to sustain the legacy of basic standard education across the country without hindrance.
We have troops, we have soldiers, we have police, we have others. What do you do with them? You have to prepare them in such a way that they will be able to handle the situation. And those are the things that I think we should now pay attention to.
I have a feeling that there shouldn't be a panic. What we need to do is not to hurry up closing down schools, but to hurry up fortifying them against the kind of invasion that we have witnessed. And we hope that the government will succeed in overcoming the unfortunate situation.
The common thing that connects everybody is still the same. And the experiences you build and share with your fellow countrymen is what helps you to build the nation. Even the European countries went through that.
Children's education are being cut like this. We feel education will not be the best out of it. And we pray this will stop. And all of us must put hands together to ensure that this insecurity is brought and stopped.
I am from Kogi State. I schooled in Zaria. My best friend is from Daura. I would never have met him if I didn't go to that school.
There was a lecture on leadership and legacies shaping the future through influence and impact in Abuja. Salihu Abdullahi Gwanara, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the Niger State government has ordered the immediate closure of all public and private basic and secondary schools across the 25 local government areas of the state. Governor Muhammad Umaru Bago issued this order following a stakeholder security briefing in Minna. Husseina Musa report.
The recent kidnap of pupils, students and teachers of St. Mary Catholic Primary and Secondary School, Papiri, in Agore local government area has necessitated decisive measure to forestall another incident. While the Niger State government, security operatives and stakeholders are leaving no stone unturned to ensure the safe return of the children and others in captivity, Governor Muhammad Umar Bagu says stringent measures will be taken to protect the lives and livelihoods of the citizens.
These incidents will have been avoided. However, it's not a time for blame game. Our mission today is to see how we can rescue these children and all those that have been kidnapped in that incident. As such, in this decision, the stakeholders today have decided to close all schools in Niger State. Private, primary and secondary schools, missionary schools, Islamic schools.
Similarly, all tertiary institutions situated in Niger North Senatorial District and those located in volatile areas of Niger East Senatorial District are also directed to close with immediate effect. Emena Husseina Musa, NTA News.
In the meantime, the Federal Ministry of Education has staunchly refuted generally a story currently circulating on social media platforms alleging that schools nationwide have been directed to close from 24th November 2025. The ministry, in a statement by its Director of Press and Public Relations, Folashade Boriowo, describes it as misleading, maintaining it did not originate from the federal government, the Federal Ministry of Education, or any recognized security agency. The statement also advises the public to rely strictly on verified information issued through the following official channels of the federal government: the Federal Ministry of Education, state governments, state ministries of education, and recognized security agencies. Boriowo further says any announcement, advisory, or notice coming from unofficial or unverified sources should be ignored and not shared. Still on security, the Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, has disclosed that the high-level federal government delegation to the United States of America, led by the National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, is intensely addressing misleading narratives suggesting religious persecution in Nigeria. In a statement by the Special Assistant Media, Rabiu Ibrahim, the minister explained that the high-powered Nigerian delegation currently in the United States has met with U.S. Secretary of War, members of the U.S. Congress, officials of the State Department, and other American stakeholders, and has availed evidence-based information about Nigerian security challenges and provide detailed briefings on counter-terrorism operations, interagency security coordination, and efforts to protect all Nigerian citizens regardless of faith or ethnicity. The minister said the engagement is crucial for correcting misconceptions that have been amplified during recent congregational discussions and advocacy campaigns. The minister added that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu views the situation with utmost seriousness and has not only strengthened Nigeria's internal security architecture, but also expanded international cooperation to support counter-terrorism and intelligence operations. He said the mission of the delegation underscores the determination of the government of President Tinubu to defend Nigerians' reputation and ensure that foreign partners anchor their decisions on verified information, not one-sided narratives. He emphasized that Nigerians' relationship with the United States remains strong and that these engagements demonstrates the openness of the Tinubu administration to dialogue, partnership, and transparency. Minister Idris urged Nigerians to remain calm and assured the public that the government will continue to confront insecurity while also engaging the international community to ensure that Nigeria is accurately represented on the global stage. Kano State Commissioner of Police Ibrahim Adamu Bakori has directed operatives on border security at Shinono and Sanyawa to intensify vigilance, reinforce professionalism, and sustain pressure on criminal networks undermining peace in the area. The police commissioner gave the directive while on the priority security tour of the affected local government areas. Elizabeth Yelwa Lamido reports.
The Commissioner's visit to the border local government areas of Shanono and Sanyawa comes amid renewed security concerns following incidents of abduction and cattle rustling believed to be carried out by migrating bandits from neighboring states. The tour follows the recent reinforcement of personnel, patrol units, and operational equipment aimed at boosting security presence and closing gaps exploited by criminals. criminal elements. During the inspection, CP Bakori assessed the operational readiness of officers on the ground and commended the unwavering commitment of the Joint Task Force working across the affected communities.
Last month, the situation, as you all are aware, is not what it is today. People have deserted their homes, their villages, and now they are back to their villages. And the security has improved. So those who are not back, they should come back.
CP Bakuri expressed gratitude to the state government, local government chairmen, and community leaders for their ongoing support, emphasizing that strong community cooperation remains central to sustaining peace and stability. The Commissioner further assured residents of the command's firm dedication to their safety, urging them to promptly report any suspicious movement and continue collaborating with security agencies. In Kano, Elizabeth Yilalamido, NTA News.
The Nigerian Navy says it is poised to improve safety protocols vital to ensure the security of maritime assets and personnel, given the persistent challenges of piracy and maritime insecurity in the nation's territorial waters. The Chief of the Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Idi Abbas, reiterated this at the fourth quarter route march held in Abuja. Defense correspondent Olajide Bello has more.
Recent statistics reveals that the Nigerian maritime industry has the potential to contribute over $44 billion annually to the nation's gross domestic product. Nigeria's maritime sector is strategically positioned to facilitate international trade and serve as a hub for regional and global shipping activities. With its expansive coastline, major ports, and increasing trade volumes, the country has the fundamental assets needed to emerge as a leading maritime economy in Africa. For the maritime custodians, more needs to be done to ensure these figures translate into reality, and for that to happen, the personnel must be of sound body, mind, and health. This route march, therefore, is part of the routine of the Nigerian Navy to ensure its personnel are always onward together.
Always remember that your physical fitness and your health is a determinant of our nation's defense.
The Nigerian Navy is projecting enhanced maritime security with a view to contributing its quota to the growth of the maritime sector as a way to achieve its full potentials. Olajide Bello, NTA News.
You are still watching the news desk at 6 on NTA News 24. More reports shortly. Do stay.
Baffy Furniture's legendary final sale of the year is here. This festive season, enjoy extra savings on luxury and comfortable sofa sets, modern and functional dining sets, sophisticated and smart bed sets, and our royal collections, classy, premium, and truly exclusive. Shop 10 million naira and receive a complimentary Daisy tea set. Spend 15 million and take home a 65-inch smart TV. Go higher at 20 million and experience unmatched comfort with our exclusive massage chair. Visit our showrooms in Abuja, Lagos, Kano, and Enugu, or shop online. It's big, it's bold, it's unforgettable. It's Baffy Furniture's legendary final sale of the year.
And the National Productivity Order of Merit Award goes to the only tomato paste manufacturer to win the National Productivity Order of Merit Award by the Federal Government of Nigeria, endorsed by the Association of Private Medical Practitioners of Nigeria. This is an evidence of 100% natural goodness, great quality, and great taste. So eat healthy to live longer. Use a Risco tomato paste and products. 100% natural tomato. Better food now. Buy now and enjoy up to 20% discount.
Feel the power of precision, engineered to perfection. Every component is crafted with care, and each design is meticulously tested. From concept to creation, our engineers push the boundaries of technology, seamlessly blending performance and sustainability with a deep commitment to African ingenuity. Introducing the CNG Boss, a remarkable achievement in engineering designed to operate on compressed natural gas, a cleaner and more sustainable fuel alternative. At Innocent Vehicles, we proudly lead the way in creating greener mobility across Africa. And it doesn't stop there. From SUVs to sedans, spacious buses to electric cars, Innocent offers a wide range of models designed to meet every need. Innocent Vehicle, the pride of African roads.
This is NTA News 24.
Welcome back. Conference of Parties COP30 ends in Belém, Brazil, with a global climate agenda that sets out trillion-dollar investment, pipeline for power grids and energy storage, and a commitment to quadruple sustainable fuels by 2035, with developing countries now leading the push for industrial decarbonization. Giles Alpha reports on the key resolutions adopted at COP30.
COP29 and COP30 presidencies, together with the climate high-level champions, worked hand in hand to deliver a COP30 focused on implementation. Over the past 2 weeks, the conference highlighted how climate action is accelerating across key systems, from energy and transport to food and health, and from industry and finance to land, ocean, and education, with clear benefits for people and nature.
We have to be humble enough and realistic enough to know there are still many things to be done. We're almost there, but we have to do much more.
Real-world climate actions, including a $1 trillion investment pipeline for clean energy and a global plan to quadruple sustainable fuels, stood out among the key outcomes. National climate plans are being updated with a sharp focus on raising ambition, scaling up climate action, and facing down fossil fuels.
With countries like Nigeria against the tax on fossil fuel, there is now no mention of it or a phase-out roadmap. This is because a revised draft removed all language on transitioning away from coal, gas, and oil. And this is against the global stock take back in Dubai, where a commitment to shift away from fossil fuels to renewable energy was made.
As Nigeria and as an oil-producing nation, because we feel that will hamper both social as well as economical development of our country, so we stood against it.
Adaptation finance is expected to triple by 2025, responding to growing needs for funding to protect communities from climate impacts. The conference reinforced the need for measurable results for people, economies, and the planet, with a commitment to practical solutions that cut emissions and build resilience. These outcomes underline the continued global efforts to tackle climate change and strengthen international cooperation. In Belém, Brazil, Charles Alpha, NTA News.
A new book exploring the identity and growing responsibilities of Nigeria's correctional officers has been presented to the public in Abuja, with the Minister of Interior noting that the service is no longer the overlooked arm of security family. Victor Azu has more.
The unveiling of the quintessential correctional officer gathers officers, reform advocates, and those who have watched the service's transformation up close. For the Minister of Interior represented here, the book captures a service shedding old stereotypes and stepping more firmly into the country's broader security mission. There is also an inward look. The Controller General says the book moves beyond job descriptions, inviting a deeper reflection on what the correctional service should stand for and the values it hopes to embody.
Gone are the days where we have officers that can't stand in community, but now we have quintessential correctional officers.
It goes beyond describing the role of the correctional officer. This book probes deeper, questions assumptions, provides context, and ultimately elevates the very idea of correctional practice.
The reviewer, former spokesman Francis Anobore, sees in it a quiet insistence on staff welfare, not as complaints, but as the foundation on which any real reform must stand. And for co-author Abubakar Umar, it is a personal closure, a way to mark 35 years in uniform by lifting the profile of a role often ignored, yet central to the justice system.
While demanding more from the personnel, the authors did not fail to highlight the role of staff welfare as a motivator.
Who contribute a lot to national security through custodial measures and public safety. But people don't know much about Nigeria Correctional Service officers, what they do behind the wall. So we need to put our experience into writing.
The quintessential correctional officer now enters public circulation, arriving at a time when the service is trying to define itself, not merely by the facilities it runs, but the people who keep them going. In Abuja, Victor Azu, NTA News.
Some hours to the official defection of the Taraba State Governor, Kefas Abu, into the governing All Progressives Congress as Siwaju Again Renewed Hope Initiative, an APC initiative for good governance, have described the move as well thought out, considering the massive transformation under the Tinubu-led government. In a statement, the national coordinator, Musa Muhammad Sokun, said the APC under President Tinubu has changed the old orientation of leadership by prioritizing development, growing the economy, and infusing fresh ideas into governance that will put Nigeria in the right trajectory. The groups pledged to continue rallying round the government beyond 2027 and spread the words of true legacy projects embarked upon by the government across the 6 geopolitical zones and the FCT for progress and prosperity of the country. As part of efforts to amplify women's voices, MESPA Promotions is convening an event titled Women's Voices in Focus with the theme, Hear Her Story, Women Voice Amplified. According to the convener, who is also an actress, Maimuna Yahaya Abaji, the program will premiere a new film titled Traditions, which celebrates the strength and resilience of women within cultural contexts.
And so we have things that concerns mothers that we want to talk about, especially in the areas of unwanted pregnancies amongst teenage children. We have teenagers being raped, teenagers having children at a very young, tender age. They come with a lot of health hazards, a lot of isolation, a lot of stigmatization. And those are the things that we need to talk about. These things happen. So when they happen, how should you react to them? What should you do? How would you help the child come out of that state? We expect people to come and then lend their voices. We're not just addressing women or children alone or girl child alone. We are also addressing the men. They are the ones who get the children pregnant or the young teenage girls pregnant.
The event slated for Sunday, 23rd November 2025 will hold at the Nigerian Army Conference Center and Suites, Nakas, Kilometer 10, Ayakubwa Expressway, Asokoro, Abuja. The National Human Rights Commission says it will continue to remain a steady voice for justice, dignity, and equality in Nigeria. Executive Secretary of the Commission told him made this known in a media brief to herald the 2025 16 days of activism against gender-based violence. The 16 days of activism against gender-based violence is an international campaign that was started by the Center for Women's Global Leadership in 1999.
Particularly significant for us because it coincides with our major milestone, the 30th anniversary of the establishment of the National Human Rights Commission. As we celebrate this landmark, we reflect on our journey, our achievements, and the work that still lies ahead. The 16-day period also highlights other significant dates, including December 1, which is the World AIDS Day.
Either way, Nigeria, we stand united in the call to end gender-based violence. Let us continue to speak out, support survivors, and take meaningful action towards safer, more equal communities.
So we want to express our confidence in the fact that this digital violence is possible to be eliminated.
And that concludes the news desk at 6 on NTA News 24. Thanks for watching. I'm Vivian Izadifi. Bye for now.